In this video, we're going to be taking a look at creating a 3D model for a hype chain. And this was the logo that was sent to us. And this logo is in pretty good shape as is. Now, we are going to be making some improvements to it. And so most of our 3D models start here in chat. And so we just asked chat a real simple, I need you to clean up this image and prepare it for 3D printing. Now, because I use chat quite a bit, it kind of becomes smarter the more you use it. And so because I've done so many of these types of designs, it kind of knows what I expect. So I can give it kind of just a generic, hey, I want to use this design for 3D printing, and then it will kind of automatically kind of sort of give me what I want. Now, this particular design was a really nice design to begin with, so yeah, it was real easy for chat to prepare it. So let's go ahead and right click on it and choose copy image, and then we'll come over here to a website called Vectorizer AI. And I like this website because it's really simple. There's no frills to it. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit, but it does output a very good, nice, clean vector image for us. And there you go. So we just click download and we click download again, and then we'll go ahead and save it. And we'll save it to the desktop. And let's just call it, we'll just call it the Quakes hype. Okay. And we'll save it. Now we'll come over here into Inkscape and we'll go ahead and choose File Open and open that very SVG. So it's on our desktop. It's called Quakes Hype, and there is our SVG file. Now, why do I use Inkscape? Well, because it's easy to use, number one. It's not hard to learn. There's so many resources available everywhere on Inkscape. And for 3D modeling, it is really the perfect tool to begin our 3D printing journey with. It really is. And I have a philosophy where if we don't need to use 3D modeling software for the particular 3D project that we're working on, then we don't. We just do it right here in Inkscape. Inkscape's totally free, totally awesome. And like I say, for someone brand new, I think it's probably the easiest entry into creating your own 3D models. And even if you're an advanced user, I think when you actually see how easy it is to create 3D models with Inkscape, there's really no reason to use other software. Unless, like I said, unless your particular project requires it, then I would just use Inkscape. Now you see here we have some groups. We're going to right click and ungroup. And this is the look that we're looking for. We don't want any groups here. And I'm just going to go ahead and begin to delete the pieces that we don't need. Now, our original design did not have a black outline. Okay, so this is kind of more or less what we've got going on for us. Now, I am going to go ahead and resize it to 150 millimeters tall. I have this lock turned on, so when I change my height, my width changes automatically. All right, and the reason I do that, you can see it does say pixels, and we don't want pixels, we want millimeters. So we want to make sure we switch it back to millimeters here. We definitely want millimeters. But the reason I use 150 will be revealed when we get into a Bamboo Studio. Now I am going to go ahead and open up my little helper tool here. This is a tool that I created because it really does make the design process so much easier for us in Inkscape. So the first thing we're going to do is select our white shape, and then for the part name, we're going to go ahead and call it the white backplate. We're going to extrude that 8, and its Z height will be half of that. So let's go ahead and hit apply. Now you'll notice when we do this, our part disappears, and that's because that's the behavior that I chose. So then we'll go ahead and take this. So this next piece here, we're just going to call it the blue backplate, and it's going to be 2, but the Z height is going to be 8. And again, we'll go ahead and hit apply. Now we have black. Now let's take a look at what black is here, just so you can see what it is. That's black, okay? And so same thing, we'll just come in here, that we'll call black. And then for the extrusion, we're going to do 2. And for black, we're going to go ahead and do 8 as well. Okay, now you see these parts here. We're going to just go ahead and select those and then choose difference, and it'll cut the hole. And we're going to do that for all of these. So difference, anytime we see something going on like this, we'll just do difference and difference. Okay, beautiful. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select San Jose, and this is our union. So we're going to bring that together, and then we might just go ahead and name that San Jose. Okay, it is going to be 2, and let's go ahead and go with a 9Z height this time. I'm not 100% certain on that, but we're going to roll with it. And then we'll do the same thing here with 1974. We're going to combine all those parts. You see there's several parts there. So firstly, we'll combine all those parts. And let's go ahead and name it 1974. And we'll go ahead and do 2 extrusion here. And we'll set the Z height here to 9 as well, being how we did the other part that way. Okay. Now Quakes here, let's go ahead and make Quakes a little bit different. We'll just type in Quakes. Let's go ahead and make it 3, but then we'll make it 9. I'll tell you what, let's do it 10. That'll be fine. And then we'll go ahead and hit apply. Now I did forget to make those all one. So we are going to do that real quick. So we'll go ahead and union those all together. And then let's go ahead and take our soccer ball and we'll union those together. And let's just go ahead and name it soccer. And then let's go ahead and do 2 on that one. And we're going to go ahead and go with 9. Not real sure exactly what we want for that one, but we'll run with it. And then let's go ahead and bring that together. And let's just call that blue. And we'll do 2 and 9. And apply. Okay. So that pretty well takes care of. Let's go ahead and minimize this now. And just kind of look at what we got. Everything looks good. I'm happy with that. So let's go ahead and turn everything back on. And now we can go ahead and hit File and Save. And now we should be able to generate our 3D model from our SVT. So now we are on our desktop and you see there's our Quakes hype, and we're just going to drag and drop it to the model builder. And now you can see we have our model built. So now we can come in here into Bamboo and go ahead and open up our model. So there's our model. You can see there's our hype chain, pendant, and we can see we have 4 colors. And so let's just go ahead and add some build plates here. So we'll copy and we'll paste again. So we're going to go here, right click. Actually, we're going to go over here, right click and center. And then over here, we'll right click and center. Then we're going to start on this build plate. Control I, go to our desktop and type in Cuban. This is a blank Cuban chain that we can get off of Maker World. So just go to Maker World, type in blank Cuban, and you'll find it. And this is what it comes in and looks like. Now this will not print just the way it sits, so we have to take our pendant and control click our Cuban, right click and merge. And now that will in fact print. So we can move on. Down here, we're going to add some different kind of chain link or hyperlinks. So we're going to go back to our desktop and we're going to type in Jackson. Jackson 3D has a YouTube channel, has a MakerWorld page. This is where I got these from, on MakerWorld. And we're just going to come up here, take this and come up here like such. Back over here, one thing I do like to do is this little piece here. I like it to make the same color as the back plate, which in this case is white. So we'll go ahead and do that. And that is so when we're underneath, it prints white as well. So not a big deal. But this here, we're going to take that and right click and choose align, and right here, a left line, a left, right, center. So now that is perfectly centered on this. And we're going to go into our move tool here and just drag it down a little bit. Control 1 takes us to our top view here, and we're just going to slide it down a little bit, and we just want it sticking out far enough to stick another ring into. So that's plenty good right there. So now we can take this and control click the main assembly, right click and merge, and now that pendant is now ready to go. We need to print 2 build plates of our links, and then we'll have enough for an entire hype chain. And then finally, what I like to do anytime I'm doing a hype chain, I always like to do a matching keychain. Even if the customer doesn't ask it, they will buy it, I promise. So let's go ahead and select our main assembly here. We'll go to our scale tool, turn off, no, we're going to leave uniform scale turned on for this. Let's go ahead and do a height of 67, 67. All right, and then let's go ahead and import our key tag. So we're going to hit Control I, go to the desktop, and type in key. This file is available on my free Patreon, which the information is in the video description. Just type in key when you go look at the post, and you can download this file. But we're going to take this and control click our main pendant, right click, align and distribute, left, right, center. So now that's taken care of. Just like before, Control 1. Go to the move tool here and slide that key down. Now, just like with the hype chain, we only need this sticking out far enough in order for us to clip our keychain hardware to. And my keychain hardware uses a 10mm jump ring, so that'll be out far enough for that to be able to be inserted. Now, let's go ahead and spin this around and take a look at something real quick. This is what I wanted to show you. You see how this key tag is slightly taller, right? So we're going to all click here and see how big that is. It's 3.57. So we'll all click the key tag and we'll make it 3.57. Now we did have uniform scale turned on, so let's turn that off. 3.57. We're just changing the thickness. Now I don't remember. Let's go ahead and click the key tag here. Nope, see, it's just our key tag that's selected. So we got to control click the main assembly, right click and merge. And now this will print properly. So we're going to hit Control C and then V, 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 V. Fill the whole bed plate with as many as we can. Now we've got a little bit too crazy there. But there we go. And then this one we can go ahead and get rid of. And then if we want to, take care of our OCD by right-clicking and center those to the build plate there. And there you go. We now have some keychains. We have our hype chain with the traditional hype chain links. And then we also have the Cuban variation. And we are done and dusted just that quickly. So you can see how really simple and easy it is. Once you have the right tools and the right know-how, you can generate your 3D models for just about anything very quickly just with using InkScape. So until next time, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or need one-on-one training or some custom files made for you, this is my contact information, so feel free to reach out via email. You can text me. You could even give me a call. I'd be happy to answer questions or give you more details on the one-on-one training we offer, and as well as if you need custom files made until you are up to speed on how to make them yourself, feel free to reach out and we'd be happy to help you with that as well.